Answer we got from Florida. Keith Stone, too. Remember that.
Everybody who watches his show on a regular basis knows my love of the stretch four.
You know, we all make mistakes. He might have made one going to Tallahassee.
If y'all don't know. Dribble to the left, crossover to the right. Hurricane to the game, many buckets for the night. Matt with the pick and roll, Melissa with the give and go. This Shelly, you pretty girl dunking in the hole. Check the scoreboard, this what we fall for. Beat the gameplay, they want an encore. Yeah, overtime for another round. It's buckets out the buckets, baby. You out of time. It's buckets. What it is, homie, it's buckets. Woo! We getting buckets. Yeah, baby, buckets.
I have no shame.
I know. That's the problem.
You guys are awesome.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Buckets. I'm Matt. He's Vish. She's Melissa. Melissa, how we doing tonight?
Good. I was a little worried that we weren't actually going to go live. There was some technical difficulties.
I was hitting the button.
Sorry to y'all that missed part of the intro, but yeah, it wasn't working.
I hit the go live button. It said error, stream cannot connect, and I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah,
so
I did not even notice.
So I hit it a couple of times. It failed again. I left the studio, came back in, hit it, and it worked. So
I saw it go live. I think while
it was
Matt
in the middle. It was in the middle of the intro. Like it almost ran out.
In the middle of the
I
intro.
mean, worst case, I would just kill the intro, and be like, "Hey guys, this crap isn't working, and we have to start over again." But we got it going. So much like the Canes, we showed up for the second half of the intro. And
everybody, welcome to Buckets at midnight, or if you're on the West Coast, Buckets at 9 p.m. What's everyone eating and drinking?
Fake people time.
What's everyone eating and drinking?
I am having what's called a gold rush, which is bourbon, lemon juice, and honey.
I'm washing down the Chipotle I just ate.
And Melissa's got the Reese's.
This is a shout out to our now backup quarterback, Reese Poffenberger. Because about 5 minutes before the Canes hoops game started tonight, Cam Ward committed to Miami, and it was insane. What an emotional roller coaster of a few hours
It was a good
tonight was.
You know what? It was a good night to be a Miami Hurricane, though.
We're literally in the chat
not a Dolphin
talking about.
fan, though.
Yeah, we're literally in the chat talking about how we're gonna watch the game because it wasn't showing up on the ESPN app, and the Duke Georgia Tech game went long. And in the middle of that, trying to figure it out, I see like Dennis Smith puts up the bat signal, and then I see Cam Ward's post, and I'm just typing "Oh my God" in the chat, and nobody knows what I'm talking about until I like post the Cam Ward thing, and Vish is like, "Seriously?"
I thought it was fake at first.
Well, no, I thought your "Oh my gods" were about the stupid game not showing up. I'm like, look, it's not
that's why I wrote.
serious.
That's why I wrote I literally wrote "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God," and then I wrote "football, bro," and then I posted Cam Ward's commitment. So all that happened within like 5 minutes of the game starting.
Shout out to Max and Bill in the chat.
And Bill, we missed you on the last show.
I mean, after seeing me in person in Winston-Salem, you need some recovery time. It's now
and
back.
it's like Max's bedtime.
Oh, this is most definitely. We're going to talk about the.
We are going to talk about basketball, but the Cam Ward commitment happened at the beginning of the basketball game, so there was a lot.
It will brush upon football because Keyshawn is not going to be playing quarterback, and Norchad should not play tight end, and we'll leave it at that because that was the.
Oh God!
That was the incompletion of the night tonight. Was that?
I literally yelled "What the fuck" in my living room when that happened.
I mean, I was honestly laughing because. Like every way you can screw up, I'm like, you know what? Go for it, guys. Let's do this. Let's throw a home run pass.
You know the thing about that is like when you do that, like if it works out, it's like
genius.
Great idea. Yeah.
Right, but you only
when it doesn't.
But you're only. This is why you don't have the true freshman throwing that pass. You only throw that pass.
Well, you only throw it
five guys in the front court and no one. It was covered.
No. Not if there's no one. If he has more of an advantage, like if he's more ahead of him, but he was only like 2 steps ahead of him.
It was covered. They covered it. They did not. Well, the reason that play works.
Honestly,
when
a
they
better
overcommit
throw and it's honestly 2 points. I mean,
He's
he
not
created
a
enough
quarterback. You're not
space.
going to drop a dime
But
over the defender's
but
head.
it was a poor decision because I don't know why you're having Keyshawn do that. But you know what was a good decision? Keyshawn starting the second half.
Yeah.
Better decision was Matthew Cleveland transferring in.
I think someone tweeted it like in the first half saying that, oh, we need a spark. And I just retweeted it and said Matthew Cleveland. And literally within 5 minutes, Matthew Cleveland.
I mean, the last 2 games, he has propped the program up.
Yeah. Shout out to Canes, Cats, Heat, and Jackson in the chat.
Yeah, we got all our friends.
The OGs, all the usuals are here.
Nate promised an appearance. I've not seen him.
Nate said he is going to appear. Yeah. He may be watching and not talking. You know the better decision. I went to In-N-Out to celebrate Cam Ward.
That's a great way to celebrate.
You know, Matt
went to Chipotle.
Wait, Max, what's the order? What's the In-N-Out order?
Hold on. Can we at least talk about a massive road win for the Hurricanes basketball team? So
someone brought up In-N-Out, dude.
Yeah. Look, as if we're not going to tangent on the back half of the show and talk about all of our food nonsense. Can we leave Scoops a little bit?
Okay.
All right, so a couple of things. You know, one of the things we've been talking a lot about is who should start.
There's Nate.
Yeah, I mean, just get it to Nigel, man. I also think another thing on that play is Norchad shouldn't have been in the game. I don't know what the hell's going on with this free throw shooting, but it's been terrible for 2 games in a row. He wasn't even close. He almost airballed the second free throw he shot tonight. And Bensley, who has not been playing well, which we're going to talk about, he did ice in his veins on his free throws. I would have made that switch, just not play the center. You're just inbounding the ball and they're going to foul you. Like, I wouldn't have even had Norchad in the game at that point. So, I mean, that's fine. I would just had 5 guys in the court I thought could make a free throw. And I also don't know that you want the true freshman making those decisions.
At the start of that play, I thought he was just in to set an off-ball screen and then just run down the court. I didn't think we were going to actually launch the ball to him.
Well, I think the thought was it would break wide open as they overplayed. I mean, isn't everyone?
What's up, Duck? That's Duck. The better Duck.
Yeah, I mean, we actually
roll on Twitter.
I mean, that's something you have to think about, Nate. We talked about in the last show too, like how hurt is Norchad, but whatever it was, like there was no confidence he could make a free. But even if we had completed that pass over the top, what was going to prevent the guy from just wrapping him up and sending him to the line?
Yeah,
he's not the guy you want on the line there. That's for damn sure.
The way Norchad's been playing and shooting, he's the last guy you want to inbound it to.
Yeah, he's 3 for 9 from the free throw line the last 2 games.
Because
that's worse than the women's team.
I know the way Padula was playing to give them the ball down 3, like.
Well, the one thing I will say on that last after that we did basically he had to pass it because we trapped the ball out of his hand, and their other guy didn't have the confidence because he double clutched it and pump faked and then shot it. He was wide.
Yeah, he had an open shot at the start.
Yeah, well, on purpose because like this is what I actually said in our group chat before that. Like, I would just double team Padula and let the other guy shoot it wide open. I'd rather that than a contested shot from Padula at that point, and that's what we did and just forced it out. Let's go back to the first half because it was to use my own term, culito, and then we were somehow only down 1 because of Matthew Cleveland. But
honestly, it felt so reminiscent of the Colorado game where we were only down 1 at half, and I was like, "How are we in this game?" And I was really concerned that the same thing was going to happen. I thought
the same thing, but I didn't want to mention it.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it either. But that's honestly what it felt like. Like you were so happy that we were only down 1 because of how poorly we played, but we're like, "Oh my God, there's another 20 minutes of ball. Like this is going to be a disaster." And then the second half started and Keyshawn was starting and I was like, all right, L's trying to make adjustments. I like it. The thing that bothers me the most is we can't seem, and this is what happened in the Louisville game. We would get up 4 or 6, but we could never get to that next level. And we always let the team back in to the game. Some of it was the officiating. Max is right. The officiating was terrible.
2 nights in a row in that fucking arena.
We need to expand on these leads. We would get up 4 or 6 and then they would come right back. And Louisville did that in the game a few days ago and then ended up, taking the lead and winning. But we need to be able to expand on our lead. Our defense actually played decent in the second half.
Yeah, in the first half. I mean, kept us in the game.
Well.
I mean, normally if we scored 29 points and a half, we're down 15.
Yeah.
Instead of
Virginia Tech, Padula is just stupid. I mean,
no, they're not, but they're really good at home. But look,
Padula, he made some shots where literally they were in his face and he still made it. Like that shit. Like one guy made a 3 and he's shooting like 18% from the line. Like,
yeah, but one of the things we got to understand is look, this is big boy basketball. When you go on the road in conference, there's no easy game. Virginia Tech is really good at home. The arena's packed. They just blown out Clemson there in the midweek. Like that was a good win. It's a really good win. So yeah, Virginia Tech is not as good as Colorado and Kentucky, but that's a tough place to go win a basketball game, and it was a good win. And we frankly survived a lot of bad play in the first half. I don't know what Wooga was doing, just thinking he's Nigel or something and just pulling up
his
from
shot
half court.
Selection was terrible.
I mean, look, I can't. It's kind of it's such a fine line because all of our shot selection in the abstract is terrible. We chuck up a bunch of crap, and that's how we play. That
Keyshawn 3 late in the game that he banked.
I mean, there was 4
we
seconds
caught a break there.
Shot clock, wasn't there?
No,
I don't.
Was that just
the shot clock? The shot clock was running down.
There was time. He didn't need to take that one.
No, there was a few seconds left. There wasn't a lot, but that went in. And Vish's stream was a little bit behind mine and Matt's. But I was just like, oh my God. I was just laughing. I couldn't believe that went in. I mean, I'm glad it did, but that's not that, yeah.
I mean,
I think, well, the first half, it was Matthew Cleveland kept us in the game. Nigel had some moments. Wooga was bad. Norchad was bad and stupid. And
Norchad's first 2 fouls weren't even on the defensive end.
No, and the second one was he was just frustrated and really just ran the dude over from behind. And then we're gonna have to we'll have the Bensley conversation in a minute because I think it's a larger conversation there. But and Keyshawn also was not playing well. It was really just Matthew Cleveland keeping us in the game.
I thought it was that, and then it was also too we didn't have as many turnovers. I think in the first half especially, we won the turnover battle. We gave up some offensive rebounds, but we limited second chance opportunities. I think we actually had more second chance points than them. I'd have to look it up, but I mean,
I like what Matthew Cleveland does. I like what Matthew Cleveland does in transition and in the open court. I am going to call him out on that one play where he was guarding a guy that shot a 3 and didn't bother to box out. It was Padula, I think. Padula missed it. And he kind of just stood there. I don't know if he was deciding to run back or whatever, but the ball went short and Padula got it back because it hit off the rim and got a wide open 3 and made it. But other than that, he got a few big offensive rebounds for us, but his game in transition, I love it. He's not afraid to take it to the hoop. And once again, his mid-range game, I love it.
Well,
if he can pull up foul line extended, I expect that to go in.
The thing I like about the way he's playing is he's willing to take it all the way to the rim. We settled, especially in the first half, way too much
on jump shots.
They couldn't stay in front of us. In the second half, we saw Nigel get to the actual rim several times instead of setting for the mid-range Wooga as well. That was there. We'll talk about this in a second, Max.
I'm wondering if that's a nickname or if that's just an autocorrect.
I don't even know what. I mean, you would probably know. What's benzodiazepine?
That it's a med. It's like a sedative, like Valium or Xanax.
Yeah, good question. Good question, Max.
I'm wondering if he meant to write that.
It works in both ways.
Max works in pharmaceuticals, I believe. So that could. It's a joke. Okay, so he meant to type
nice. Right, Nate. And I think normally that's where I'm like I'm kind of on the fence here because we normally take and make bad shots. I mean, that's how we play. So yeah, it's kind of hypocritical.
In the first half, they were not falling, and in Louisville too. And we said it when we were watching the Louisville game. We're like, man, these shots, we aren't making anything that we usually make.
Right,
Wooga's been really off.
And this is where it's a struggle for us, right? Because any normal team would look at those shots and be like, those are terrible shots, but those are our normal ones. And so it's kind of like it's hard to then tell Wooga, hey, stop shooting from that Carillion logo or whatever the hell the ad was on the court when that's normally where we shoot from. We don't care. But I mean, the first half was a struggle, but thankfully Matthew Cleveland kind of kept us in the game.
Yep.
I was disappointed in Norchad's performance again. He did I would say the last 10 minutes he showed up and finally started playing. I think getting hit in the face kind of fired him up too. But it should have been a flagrant. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
The wind up and the slap, and they're like, nothing to see here. Then of course he almost
also too. Speaking of other calls, the travel that they called on him when he didn't even have control of the ball, it was like, are you shitting me? And then the charge
when they reversed that out of bounds play where we got the ball back, I was shocked.
I was shocked they gave us the ball. It was clearly off. Well, I mean, let's be real. Like, we got hacked him, and then the ball went out, but he didn't touch the ball. Yeah. He touched his arm.
Yeah.
They gave us the ball, which
Nate says we really don't have a guy that we can say go get this bucket right now.
Interestingly enough, we
in my opinion, that guy is Matthew Cleveland.
Well, I'll tell you.
I know he missed that shot against Wake Forest, but I would trust the ball in Matthew Cleveland's hands the most right now.
I'll tell you what we did in that situation. We gave it to Nigel and he scored. There was that play where he hit the pull-up jumper, which was the only time we really had to execute down, because then it was fouling after that. We went to him and he scored, and I think he's my guy. I think if we need a bucket at the end of the game, just because you have to overplay his shooting, and that allows him to get around the defender and get a decent look even in the mid-range. So he's who I'm going through.
Gary is in the building.
Well, you know what? It's Sunday and Chick-fil-A ain't open, so both of you are out of luck.
I didn't get Chick-fil-A today.
Wow, usually do on Saturdays.
We had it twice at work this week, so.
No, this is true, and that's why I will say the one thing I will say today: we competed defensively, and against Louisville, I didn't feel like we did that. And that was why we won the game, because I think it was Kane's Cat here earlier talking about how many threes Virginia Tech shoots, and that's how they play. We defended them well. We held them to 30 points. Like, you're asking how we down 1 point at the half. It's because we held them to 30. We had an 8-0 run at the end, a little spurt there, but we were in range because we played defense. And other than Norchad getting cooked by that dude, was his name Cook? I don't remember. Kid?
Oh, Kid.
Kid.
Dude, he got balled up by a guy named Lynn.
Yeah, other than that, like, we really made them work for their baskets.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I need Wooga to get back in a groove. I think Wooga was forcing it way too much, especially in the first half. Like, I know he has a green light because I'm very confident in his 3-point shooting, but he took some really bad shots early in the shot clock.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it at the beginning. Then once you know they're not going in, like, work for a better shot to get into a little of the rhythm before you chuck the next one up from the logo. Yeah. And I will say, and this is something I said in our group chat, there's a difference between playing fast and rushing. And I felt we were rushing a little bit in the first half. It was, I'm going to take a half dribble and just pull up for a one-footed fadeaway Dirk Nowitzki jumper. And I'm like, that's not going to go in. What are you doing? Like, there's a difference between being in rhythm. I thought Norch had rushed a lot of his shots around the rim in the first half. You know, take a breath.
He missed a lot of shots that he should have made.
Just take a beat.
Stronger.
Right, but he was like almost rushing it up and missing. Just take a. And it was like Nate was in our group chat. I commented on this.
Right, Nate, are you in our group text and we didn't know because literally I don't know how many times that was said for real.
I was so bad.
The kid traveled a lot.
Yeah, no. I mean, there was the one where they're complimenting on scoring over the double team, and it was where they fed it into the post, and he didn't know Matthew had doubled him from the weak side, and he just switched his pivot foot, took like 3 steps, then dribbled and scored, and I'm like, that's travel. Like, how's that? And that was the same point in the game where they kept calling traveling on us, so a little frustrating, but that whole arena can fuck off after Thursday's game too, which I think I'm the only one who watched and I'm so pissed about. But
yeah, the women got screwed.
I mean, it didn't matter because like there was no way we were winning that game. Kitley was ridiculous, and
but how do you get like 20 plus calls against you and only 5 against the other team?
Well, no, it was 4. This is how you know it was fucked up because it was 4 with like 5 minutes left in the game, and they called 5,000 the rest of the game to even it up. They're trying to make it look. They started sending us to the line when we're down 30 with like 4 minutes left. Like, thank you for that. They threw Z out of the game.
That charge that they called on Keyshawn was such an awful call. He was moving.
And he wasn't even like standing like in front. Like he was like sideways and
it was a blocking. It was a
block. No, there was definitely some bad officiating. I mean, I will say that out of bounds play where they gave us the ball. I mean, Wooga hacked the dude. That's why it was our ball. They didn't call it. He reached across his arms. He didn't hit the ball. He hit him, so it's our ball. We got that one. But the game would have been over if they just called a flagrant when they hit Norchat in the face. Like, I don't know why you even have. It's a reviewable play too. It's one thing if it's like, oh, they blew a call.
Well, they reviewed it too.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's the one thing. Went looked at the monitor like, no, wind up and slapping someone in the face. That's not. It's like textbook.
Should we address Max's comment from earlier?
Just about in and out, or
no?
About that now.
About like, the changes that were made in the second half.
Oh yeah. So, well, this is the thing, right? So Bensley has been not shooting the ball. Well, it's the third game in a row he's struggled with it.
1 for 12 from 3 the last 3 games.
Yeah, and he's not been shooting well from 2 either. But I would say what changed in the first half tonight, which is why he got benched, it affected the rest of his game. He was playing poor defensively. He threw some really idiotic passes on the offensive end too, and I think that's what was finally kind of the last straw for Al. Just say no, Keyshawn is getting the mints in the second half. So I guess I'll throw this.
And Keyshawn's length was helpful.
Well, I'll throw this out to the two of you. Yeah, no, because he switched Keyshawn onto Padula, which actually helped, even though the stat line doesn't reflect that, because that dude was
that helped. And then also too, like when you saw some of those traps, like Keyshawn was the one helping, and it forced a few turnovers. It doesn't show up as a steal, but he also had some steals too due to his length. So he made an impact defensively, and I think offensively he's learning. He took that bank shot. Plus 12. You mean plus minus?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so he made an impact.
I will say he almost had a very good Bensley game. He impacted everything, but his offense was ass, and
he didn't take a lot of shots though.
He was lost offensively. He threw up a bunch of bricks. Like he was not good offensively, but it was almost like a reverse game because he did all the other stuff well. Bensley didn't have a good game offensively and did all the other stuff terribly. I honestly feel like Keyshawn almost lost his way going to the bench, back to the bench. Like he's not been good the last 2 games after he had one of his better games against Wake Forest. So throw it out to the two of you. Who's starting against FSU on Wednesday?
I mean, I've kind of been vocal about saying I think Keyshawn should be starting anyway. So I'm just gonna stay with that.
So you think it's Keyshawn?
I think it should be.
Well, let's do it 2 ways. Who would you start? I think you're saying Keyshawn.
I would start Keyshawn.
Do you think Al's going to finally do that though?
No,
I don't think so either.
He's going to.
I think me and Melissa are going to answer this the same way. I'd want Keyshawn, but I think that Bensley's going to start. I think that something could happen where like this game, Keyshawn starts the second half.
Well, this is what I was talking about earlier, like when we were having this debate on previous shows. Like, Bensley might start. We'll see who finishes. And in this case, it was Keyshawn.
Keyshawn was in late.
Well, and I mean, you can start, but who plays the most minutes and who's on the floor at the end of the game too? Yeah. That's what matters.
Well, both of them are so inconsistent, and you could frankly. I mean, no knock on both of them, but if one of the other one's in, you're like, I can't believe Bensley's not in the game, or I can't believe Keyshawn's not in the game. It's not something you're really going to say. It's not like you're benching Nigel or Norchad or Wooker or something. So there is kind of a fluidity there. I still think probably Bensley will probably start, but
did you all watch the post game presser?
No.
Coach O had a lot of good things to say about Keyshawn.
Yeah,
even from like the beginning of the season till now, he spoke a lot about his defensive development, and how he can play multiple positions. And you go back and watch the game, and I complained about it in the first half because Virginia Tech was getting easy looks down low when Norchad would come up to double, And in the second half, Keyshawn was the one kind of in the paint a little bit, helping out. And
he rotates very well for how big he is.
Rotated a lot better, and with the length he had, he was able to be a little bit more disruptive. And so some of those doubles worked. But it's just crazy to me, like, that Keyshawn grew like 3 inches in a year. Because Coach Al keeps saying it, like, Keyshawn was like 6'5" when he came to campus to visit last season, and like now he's 6'8". So he's still like figuring out his length.
And yeah, that's a good point too. I think that's where you see some of the awkwardness. He does. I mean, look, he does some stupid ass shit on the court, like where you're like, oh my god, right? Yeah. Part of it's a freshman. Part of it is, you know, it is. Mm-hmm. He played professionally in France, not in the top division, obviously, but it's still an adjustment to playing ball, and especially college is so weird. You see all this junk defenses and all this weird stuff you don't really encounter in any professional setting, whether it be Europe or the NBA, and he's having to make that adjustment as well. He's adjusting to his height. He's adjusting to ACC officiating.
You mean you don't see a 3-2 zone overseas?
I mean, I would love to see the defense play 3-2 zone again. That was like the pinnacle of our season so far. But I also think just adjusting to frankly, I mean, I'm not going to pretend I watch second division French basketball and know what the quality of officiating is, but you got to learn to play through a lot of stuff in the ACC. Like, they're not going to give you calls on the road. I mean, we haven't even played we haven't played Duke or Carolina yet. He's in for a rude awakening there, right? I mean, that's the reality of it, and it's just that adjustment. But yeah, no, I think he's just, to be honest about it, I think he's earned the right to start, and I frankly think Bensley has lost that right the way he's playing, because I was kind of his last. You two are very much in the why is Bensley starting. I'm like, well, I could see a reason. I think I lost it today when he was not defending. Like, that stretch in the first half where Padula did layup throws was all on Bensley, and Bensley was missing his shots, getting his head. He tried to force a ball into like a double team to AJ Casey. I'm like, even if the ball got there, what was AJ Casey going to do? Like, I mean, it's just I feel like he kind of, his shot has gotten to him.
Wait, sorry, I know we're talking about Bensley right now, but I just got reminded of this. But did you guys notice? It was when after Wooga had airballed like one of those long threes, the crowd started chanting airball when he had it. I know they did it to Bensley too, but Wooga heard that like right away, and he just like shot it right away as he heard it and just drilled it. That was amazing.
Another shot that Wooga probably shouldn't have taken.
That one, he was actually nearer to the 3-point line. I was okay with that one. He wasn't like,
it was all
he wasn't 15 feet behind it. Like, I'm just gonna
tonight was the first game I watched with Wooga where I was like upset with some of his shot choices.
Yeah, and honestly, look, the only person that should be pulling up from the logo is Nigel. Like, you other guys, like, you might be able to make it, but that's not a good shot for you. It's a good shot for Nigel. No. If he's open when he crosses midcourt, he can shoot it. That's a good look for us.
I'm okay with that.
Everyone else, like, no, we can work for a better shot. It's not that Wooga can't make those shots, because he can. But that's not the best shot we can get. And that's why I don't like him shooting it. Like, because he's going to turn up against FSU and hit some of those. Because he's that good. He's an amazing player. But, like, you can get a better look than that for anyone. For Nigel, it's different. If Nigel's open across midcourt, he should shoot it every time. Anyone else, like, you can get a better look than that. And
I will say I do like
I was settling.
Nigel's driving into the lane a bit, and he's not necessarily, not that he settles for threes because he's a great 3-point shooter, but he has looked inside more and had some nice little floaters and some layups or some dump offs. So I like that he's developing that, because that's going to give him more 3-point looks, better 3-point looks.
Well, I think too, like, the thing for him, he's not the most athletic guy for his size too, right? But he knows how to create space, right, to get that floater off and stuff. He knows how to get the defender kind of behind him and stuff, how to create contact. And he throws it off the backboard pretty high too, you know, if there's a big inside. So, you know, he's gotten a lot better at that.
That's something I've seen him and Bensley do pretty well, actually, you know, to give Bensley a compliment. They've kind of noticed that, hey, if the center comes over to help when they're driving, just get it up there, because Norchad's got the board.
Yeah.
And we did that a lot against Wake Forest, actually. That's why one of the reasons Nigel's shooting numbers
and Cleveland so as well, by the way. Cleveland finds himself He bailed us out of two really bad 3-point shots by Wooga and Nigel.
Yeah, I think that was
and got those boards and putbacks. So
I think that was a little bit different. Those were just air balls that he caught the ball on.
They were bad shots, but he was in the right spot because he was jamming the boards trying to get a rebound.
No, he's done an amazing job. That what I was talking specifically about is what I've seen Nigel do pretty consistently, and Mensley do a little bit less so, but still they get in the paint when that center comes over to help. They're just throwing it up there, knowing that the ball's not going to go in because Norchad's going to get the rebound because there's no one else down there.
Mm-hmm. And actually, Nigel's made a few of them that have hit like the very
those are the different part. Those are the different ones where he's actually the center doesn't come over, as Matt said, he can finish in there.
Yeah.
But when the center comes over, don't even try to finish, just get the ball out. Basically, it's almost like passing it off the backboard. He did it a bunch of times in this wake. That's why his field goal percentage was so bad because he was just throwing the ball up there because he knew Norchad had the rebound.
And this was the game to do it because they were quicker than anyone else.
Yeah.
I got a question for Matt.
What's up?
Matt, what are your thoughts on Robbie Baran?
What do you...
Robbie Baran over there?
You mean the guy that decided not to come here or whatever? I don't even know. Was he like officially
Do you like his dog? Do you like his dog?
I have absolutely...
That man has a chihuahua and he was talking shit to our bench. Who are you?
I mean, look. So the dude never actually. There was a leak that he was going to commit here. He never actually
Miami,
did,
and then he committed to.
But
then he posted a picture of him in his Virginia Tech uniform with a ball with his little chihuahua on top. Like I'm like, what the? NSMP wants to know if we're concerned with our ISO scoring.
Not necessarily. I actually think we're pretty good ISO. I'm worried about our passing off of it. We're still not crisp rotating the ball. Ball movement's a little shit.
We're in top 5.
I mean, we're in a lot. We got Mustafa Amzo on campus, Melissa's guy. But no.
New Mexico just beat San Diego State, by the way.
All right, let's answer. We got a legitimate basketball question here. Let's pretend like we're a basketball show. So no, I'm not necessarily concerned with it. I do. Honestly, I am a little concerned about the health of Nigel Wooga and Norchad. I don't know how healthy they are. They both all three of them look a little off, which might be confirmation
the
bias.
most so, honestly,
might be confirmation bias on the injuries. But no, I still think that we were good in the ISO. One thing I'd like to see a little bit more of is the screen game and passing off of it. I don't really see any of that, and it should be like. Get Matthew Cleveland in there and let the other teams forward chase him around the court. I'd like to see more of that because he's a walking mismatch. No four in the country can guard him.
Robbie Baran was guarding him.
I know.
We need him more involved. He needs to be more involved.
Cry to his chihuahua.
Well,
I've been saying it the last few games. I'm like, I want to see more of Matthew Cleveland.
Well, I think he's gotten his opportunities. He was our leading scorer tonight.
I think that he's recognizing, kind of like we had Wong last year and Miller too. We're really good at realizing when we're kind of in a scoring drought, and they knew when we would need a basket. I think Matthew Cleveland is starting to realize that and pick up when he needs to attack more. I think he's doing a better job of that.
Yeah, I think he's getting more comfortable with the offense. And yes, and Nate makes the point. He needs to demand it. I think he should be more aggressive. His transition game is great. In the half court, I think he needs to call for the ball more. I agree.
Well, and I think part of that is, look, you join a team that went to the Final Four last year. Wooga, Norchad, and Nigel are a big part of that. It's hard to say, no, I'm here now. Give me the damn ball. But he needs to do that.
Yeah,
he's every bit as good as those players. And frankly, he's been better than them the last few games. So
There's a question that
I know I'm gonna
Coach L. Yeah,
I'm on top of things. I know what I'm doing.
Should Coach L start recruiting size higher to the second chance points? Honestly,
I mean, we had more second chance points today.
Yeah, I think we have more second chance points than them, and a lot of the second chance points that are coming from other teams is honestly our laziness of not boxing out properly.
The thing I would say with this is, we can call it injuries or whatever. If Norchad is going to play with this lack of energy, we're going to get killed.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's
100%.
He is smaller, but the reason we got away with it last year, and the reason we're trying to get away with it this year is his energy level too.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, like our criticism of him last year is like, dude, back off a little bit. Like you're gonna foul out every game if you keep going for every ball. Like sometimes you just gotta let it go. And what we've seen last week, other than the second half against Wake Forest, has been the opposite, which is just he's just not really going for anything.
Yeah, and like in the second half tonight, he picked up his third foul, and I remember texting to you guys. I was like, I'm actually okay with that foul because he was being aggressive.
He realized he didn't have good position, and the Lynn kid was just going to get an open layup or dunk.
But I think you know.
Also, I just want to reiterate, we actually had 10 second chance points. They had 11, so it was a differential of 1. So just want to correct that.
That's not really that many.
I know. I just want to say.
But. No, but I do think it was a testament to how ineffective he was that he picked up his second foul like an idiot, by the way, and he came out of the game and we went on that 8-0 run at the end of the first half without him on the court. And frankly, normally when he gets into foul trouble, we're like, oh my God, we're screwed now. And we're like, we didn't even mention it. Like, we didn't care. Fine.
We mentioned that it was a stupid foul.
Well, yeah, but it's like put AJ Casey in. What's the difference at this point? And we can't have that.
So, so then the question is this because of injury, or is there something? Is it a mental block, or is he afraid to pick up fouls? Or
here's what I would say about that: if you're on the court, you need to play. Otherwise, go sit on the bench. Yeah. If he's not healthy, which I am sympathetic to, because it looked bad against Wake Forest, and I was surprised he came right back in. Like Nigel stood out for a bit of time. They retaped him. They changed his shoes. Norchad just came back out on the court.
2 games.
Yeah, so like if he's not healthy, he shouldn't be. If you're out there, I expect you to play your best.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I am. If he's not healthy to play, he shouldn't be playing. And if he's out there, I don't expect these, frankly, low rent centers to be kicking his ass the last 2 games. Like this guy's second team All ACC preseason. He shouldn't be. I don't even. What the hell was that guy's name on Louisville that dominated him? Like this shouldn't be
Brandon Hatley.
Yeah, I know he had a hyphen in his name like that.
Yeah,
you can't have that. And
AJ Casey bodied him up.
AJ Casey defended him better than Norchad did.
Well, Norchad wasn't even trying.
But I will say, towards the end of this game, we did see Norchad show up, and it made a big difference. And so to this question. Down the road, yes, because Norchad's like a one-of-a-kind player that's undersized but plays bigger than his size.
Yeah, you're not going to find that.
So yeah, we do need actual bigs that are tall, you know, down the road. But right now, we just need Norchad to play like Norchad.
Can I also quickly mention that Jalil Bethea put up 40 points tonight in his game, and looked like an absolute stud. I think he made 8 threes. 8 of 13 from 3 or something ridiculous. So shout out to our guy Jaleel.
It was a good night for Hurricanes athletics.
Yeah, just throwing that out there because I saw his stats. Like, you know,
I know we've talked a lot about what we need to do better. I will say that game was nip and tuck in the second half, and when it got to 4 minutes left, we closed their ass out because we screwed. Obviously, we started the show talking about how we threw the ball away and gave them a chance to tie it at the end, but we missed our free throws.
Our defensive possession after that was really good. The way we doubled Padula and didn't foul.
Yep, and just overall, we managed the end of that game really well. We scored points. Nigel hit that huge runner in the lane when they were overplaying with the shot clock running. Winding down, they were overplaying them at the 3-point line. Like we finally executed at the end of a game. And that's why we won. So that's a very big positive. Because look, I don't care what Ken Palm's rating says. Going on the ACC and winning on the road, I don't give a shit.
Go ahead.
No, but going in the ACC, going on the road and winning is really hard. You're going to be in tight games, and you got to make plays. And tonight we did that. So it's a huge positive going forward. And you know that's how we got to stack those wins together, and then. And this is a step in that direction because, you know, against Wake Forest and against Louisville, we did remember Louisville. That game was tied at 71 with like 3 minutes left, and then we fell apart. And so, you know, the same moment here, we were in a tie game at the same point and we didn't.
No, Canes Cats Heat's right. This was a massive win. You cannot drop 3 in a row. That, and especially coming off a bad loss like Louisville, this was for momentum. And going in, no matter what FSU's team is like, you're going into a rivalry game, and FSU for whatever reason continues to beat us at home every single year.
Well, they've also been playing well in the ACC, so it's not.
They have been, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't the same FSU team as last year.
Well, they're a schizophrenic team, right? They beat Colorado and lose to Lipscomb. They lost to Florida by like 100 points.
They beat Colorado.
But then, I mean, they're just
and they beat Virginia Tech and Wake.
Yeah, no, they're schizophrenic. So I would, as Melissa said, it's a rivalry game. I expect their A game. So we need to show up and play ours.
Matthew Cleveland's going to show up for that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean,
should we have a few minutes of tangent before the end of the pod?
I mean, I assumed we would. I mean, I was just trying to actually have a basketball show for a bit before we tangented.
I mean, 42 minutes of basketball.
I know. Despite we even ignored Gary and Max arguing about in and out in the chat.
I wanted to address that so bad.
Okay, well, you know what? All right, we can go to the tangent section.
Go ahead, Matt.
Well, actually, let's do a little basketball before we do that. For just 30 seconds, if you'll indulge me. Women play at Notre Dame tomorrow. Men host FSU home on Wednesday. Women host NC State home on Thursday. We
need the Notre Dame win tomorrow. We need it.
The schedule is just insane.
Notre Dame's I think 19.
They're
and then
19,
NC State's
6, and then after that's at North Carolina, and then it's not gonna get easier.
And it's hard.
All right. All right, well, we'll try to keep you awake.
What happened to the Panthers tonight, bro?
Anyway.
I was hoping for win number 10.
Look, we're not talking hockey. We're not talking white dudes with sticks. All right, where's the in and out comment? I'm looking for it. So Matt can...
listen, Matthew Tkachuk, bro. That's
my guy. I don't even know what you're saying.
Where's Gary from?
He's from Miami, dude.
Oh, he's from Miami? No wonder he's a hater.
All right, so...
Super overrated.
And then you got to order off the... All right.
Oh, my God. It's one of those. The guys that hate that they have a secret menu or whatever.
All right, Mr. Bridges.
You loser. Every fast food place has a secret menu.
All right, Mr. Bridges. The floor is yours to address this
it's the best burger in fast food. I'm sorry. Okay? I get the fries.
The fries are not good.
No argument for me. I get that.
The shakes are good though.
Best quality burger you can get that's fast food. Bar none. Sorry that you have bad taste, Gary.
Wow, that's just it? No actual defense?
Matt doesn't get violent like I do.
I'm not even talking about getting violent. Like, why is it the best? What is good about it?
Dude, the fact that you can get whole grilled onions, you can't get that anywhere else. The meat quality is better than any other fast food place. Like, they get really high grade beef. It's the Flame spread. Huh?
Allegedly Flame Bros. I'm just kidding.
People are complaining that you can do like customizable shit. Like, be glad that they're willing to do that. Try to do that at McDonald's.
I mean, you can do that at McDonald's, you
can get it mustard grilled. You can get whole grilled onions. You get the dehydrated onions that are in the fucking bag.
Hold on a second. You can get it customized anywhere.
You're actually wrong about that. Canes Cats Eat. Sorry.
Hold on though.
My best friend.
You can get your shit customized anywhere. That is not a.
Not to the same level.
Burger King can have it your way. What are we talking about? It's a slogan. Just ask them. They'll make it.
Smash Burger's ass. Sorry.
I don't eat burgers, so I can't have a say in this conversation. So I can't.
You know what, Nate? I agree.
But In-N-Out's fries are not good. But I don't eat red meat, so I'll take Matt's word for it.
All right, wait, hold on. Wait, what about Nate and I are not agreeing with him, and then anyway. So I have
because Matt needs backup. So I got this.
Matt does not need backup. He's in a state with 1 billion people in it backing him. He doesn't need you coming from the opposite coast. How many electoral votes those fuckers get? What are you talking about?
This is just Matt because he doesn't get an electoral vote.
I do get electoral votes. That's the only thing I get to vote in. We get 3.
Oh, you get an electoral vote.
We get 3 electoral votes. I don't get
I know what
senators and representatives.
I know what me and Nate will agree on, and that's the Cowboys kicking the Green Bay Packers butt.
You went to the one that used to be
playoffs.
across the street from campus, didn't you, Nate? You can't go to that one.
Yeah, wait, you're talking. Oh my God, your favorite burger is microwaved. What are you even talking about?
Every burger is microwaved.
No, oh no.
Okay,
go to In-N-Out and look at them on the grill.
Wait, no, I have to ask you a question. I'm being honest about this. So I have had In-N-Out before. What the F does animal style mean? Because I've heard this term, but like, what does that mean?
It's extra spread, so like the sauce, and then they add pickles to it, and then I think it's grilled onions as well. So I usually get whole grilled onions and chopped chilies in it. That's my thing.
In-N-Out does give you a lot of options.
There's a Fat Man too?
Yeah, you can get it. Actually, animal style too. I think they mustard grill it also. So they put mustard on the patty.
Oh, dude, and then enough with the mustard. Just go to Whataburger if you want mustard. Although I promise not to mention Whataburger, so let's pretend that didn't happen. There's a lot of electoral votes in Texas too, and I heard about that.
Nate.
Yo, I'll be honest, man. Too much spread fucks you up. I will be 100% honest with that.
Oh man.
All right, do we have a Mount Rushmore or a Mount Trashmore prepared?
Oh, what is it?
I don't know. I was asking.
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, didn't you have a Mount Trashmore you wanted to do, Matt? What did you say the other night?
No, not me. That was Vish.
I just introduced the concept as a thing. So for those that aren't in our group chat, which is basically not those.
Okay, I'll go with mine.
We had a okay. So we're doing. So just to be clear, so obviously Mount Rushmore has the 4 heads on it. So you pick 4 things. So we have decided to do a concept called Mount Trashmore. For those of you that aren't from South Florida, Mount Trashmore is the colloquial name for the dump in Broward County, owned by Waste Management Corporation.
For the moment, though, this is
so you're gonna do our top 4 things we hate is Mount Trashmore.
I feel like we should save this and come up with really good ones because I don't want to mess this up, man.
So why don't we do a Mount Rushmore of? I don't know. You guys want to do candy?
Or drinks or
sodas. Mount Rushmore of sodas.
Sodas. There's a good one. We've had this debate and we're not sure. So
I don't.
For the audio listeners, do you consider Five Guys fast food?
Mount Rushmore of sodas.
Okay, I need time to think about this.
I want me to go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sprite.
Barks root beer.
Oh man.
Okay.
That was gonna happen. All right, I'll go second. Dr. Pepper. I go with the doctor.
All right, I'm going with specifically the Mexican bottles of Coke.
Oh.
With the real cane sugar.
The real cane sugar.
You want actual sugar?
Yeah.
Crush orange soda.
No debate, only Sprite.
Crush orange soda. Barks root beer. Crush orange soda.
I feel like I've already heard all these from this. I'm hoping I get something new out of the last 2. All right, I'll go with Inca Cola. It's Peruvian soda. It's the golden cola. It's what's written on the bottle.
I'm gonna go with. I need to go with. I drink a lot of Mountain Dew, so I have to go.
It's so from Texas. He lives in Arizona.
I'm gonna go.
Pour out a diet Mountain Dew for
Mountain Dew zero sugar. I drink that. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Baja Mountain Dew Baja Blast on mine.
Could you get that outside of a Taco Bell, or is that just?
Yeah, you can. They're selling it outside of the stores now, at least temporarily.
Have y'all ever had Jones soda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're green apple Jones soda.
Wait, that's actually something you're picking?
Yeah, it's really good.
Jeez, you're so judgy, dude. The hell?
No, hold on a second.
She's not shitting on your Peruvian soda.
First of all, she's probably had Inca Cola, and that shit is amazing. Second of all, I was not shitting on it. It was like,
you told me to pick something that you didn't expect.
Okay, hold on.
Melissa,
I picked something you didn't expect.
Okay, I will acknowledge it came out like I was shitting on it.
Exactly.
But it was her delivery that led to that. Have you had Jones soda? Yeah, that green apple's pretty good. It's not exactly like it's number 3 on my list of sodas. So
it's Jones Soda is baller. So that'll be my third.
You know what?
The green apple Jones Soda.
The only time I ever drink that is when I'm getting Whole Foods, and that's the shit they're selling rather than like Coke.
No, Jones Soda is good. So
you know
Barks
what?
root beer, Crush orange soda, Jones green apple.
You know what? I don't know why this hasn't happened yet, but just go with the classic Coca-Cola. Straight up.
Well, I mean, he went with the Mexican Coke, which is better.
Yeah. No, it's not, man. Give me I'm American. Give me my high fructose corn syrup. You take your pure sugar and take it south of the border.
Man, I should have gone with McDonald's Coke.
Give me my Atlanta.
Oh, fountain. Yeah, fountain soda is good.
Fountain soda.
Fountain soda.
So
Matt, what are yours so far?
Whoa, we got some stuff happening here.
Mountain Dew,
A&W cream soda or root beer. What?
No, Barks root beer.
So what is okay? Articulate the difference between Barks and A&W and why you're so pro Barks.
Because Barks is better.
So I saw. Wait, can we talk about McDonald's Coke too?
Yeah, we
can. Can we finish your Mount Rushmore?
Okay, so I have Baja Blast, Mexican Coke, and then I'm gonna go with. Oh my god, I had it, and then what was I gonna say? Oh, Cactus Cooler. Have you guys had Cactus Cooler before?
No, I've never heard of it.
The fuck are you talking about?
Oh my god, it's a West Coast thing. Nate knows what it is. Nate, come on, back me up. I mean,
he's from he lives and he's not from Arizona. He's clearly from Texas.
Yeah, but
he's from Dallas.
Sure you boy, can you tell that? If someone says something about Dr. Pepper, I'm gonna kill him. It's definitely from Texas.
Well, Nate will be happy to know my fourth is Dr. Pepper. So
it's
Barks root beer,
you stole mine.
Soda, Jones green apple, and Dr. Pepper. Those are my four.
Oh god. Oh wait, why is it eBay? I was just looking up a picture for Cactus Cooler, but it's from an eBay link or some shit. No,
so
Cactus Cooler,
it's
orange pineapple flavored soda. It's really good.
Oh, he's heard of it.
I also don't know what Tahitian treat is.
I don't know what that is either. But it's like orange pineapple soda. So
sounds good. I have to try it.
Yeah, that would be my third.
All right,
they sell it in stores around here. Like you can get it at the grocery store, you can get it at gas station. They have it individually.
So Melissa went with the doctor.
Yeah. So those were my four.
What do I have? I have Dr. Cola, Inca Cola, and I went with OG Coke. Tough last. You know, I want to say grape soda, but I don't have a brand that I'm like loyal to, so that's not gonna work. Tab. Are we just doing it? Are we doing got Crystal Pepsi? We got Tab. Are we doing the a bit off of Back to the Future? So I'm gonna order a Pepsi free. All right. No one's old enough to get that reference, but it was funny if you were alive in the 80s. Let me see. I don't have a good fourth one. It's a tough choice.
I have mine if you want me to go.
You can go ahead.
So my fourth one. Wait, I actually completely just forgot what I was going to. Oh, Mr. Pibb. That's my fourth one.
Mr. Pibb. Wow. Nice.
So name your four, Matt. Name your four.
Mr. Pibb, Baja Blast, Cactus Cooler, and Mexican Coke.
Mexican Coke.
Oh man, I'm having a struggle here. So should I go with
Barks?
Should I go with an Indian
Barks
soda
Crush,
to mix it up?
Jones.
That is the question. You know what? I will. I'll go with thumbs up. Will the logo show up? No. Oh, there it is.
There it goes.
Thumbs up is an Indian soda.
The Shasta.
Wait, what is it? What was the sodas that we had after the Final Four? That when we had pizza, Nate? There was I forgot what we were drinking.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Matt, and I was like, "Oh, you mean when you abandoned us?"
Wait, RC Cola? Was it RC Cola or something?
Royal Crown Cola. Yeah.
RC? Oh yeah.
RC still exists.
I think it was like diet RC Cola or something.
RC's across the street here at Streets where they got the dirty chips.
It took like an hour and a half to get Pizza Hut delivery.
Dang, you got RC Cola and dirty chips? Man, you live in large.
Streets Market across the street. You'll see it in merch.
There we go.
Yeah, that was when Melissa abandoned us. And
oh yeah, I remember that. And then we were just crying on the way home back to the hotel.
we were in the hotel lobby and she snuck past us upstairs.
I wanted to go get food.
Yeah.
I didn't abandon y'all. They were going. I was like, me and Nate and the guys were going to get food, and then like nothing was open, so we ended up ordering pizza.
Yeah, in the same hotel we were sitting in the lobby.
I didn't know you guys were downstairs, but I was just waiting for the Uber surcharges to go down because like the upcharge was insane.
Vish, did we end up getting food or no?
No, I mean we had eaten. At least my friend, the one that was sitting in the Charlotte airport all day, hadn't. And we got to the front of the bar line like a minute after they closed the kitchen.
Oh yeah. So that's what happened.
So we ended up just drinking some drinks, and then Matt and I headed out and had a depressing, 30-minute ride back today.
You know what I ended up doing? I ended up DoorDashing Taco Bell. I felt bad. I didn't want to make Vish like drive to get me food, so I was like, I'm just gonna DoorDash it.
We didn't know each other that well at this point. At this point,
we had all met that weekend.
Yeah,
we had all met that weekend.
If it was now, obviously he would have just asked someone to take it. You know, when
oh yeah.
But it was still.
I would have ordered you something to eat too and made you eat it.
I mean, we just gone to the fucking drive-thru and gotten it.
You could have had Pizza Hut with us. I didn't realize you guys were in the hotel. Nate's going with Fresca.
It's the same hotel we left you at earlier.
Fresca, McDonald's Sprite, Dublin Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew throwback.
The Mountain Dew throwback.
Right, what's a Dublin Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
You'll have to throw that in the chat.
Yeah.
Does it have Irish whiskey?
I feel like the Mount Rushmore thing is taking off. Like, people are going to expect us to do this. We're going to need to keep up with the ideas.
You know what? It's a lot more fun after a win.
What if we end up doing a Mount Rushmore of favorite Canes players?
I mean, we've basically already done that. We've done a draft and the starting five. I mean, how much... Your
favorite player just your favorite players? Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's do it now.
We could...
All right, let's do it right now.
All right, I'll go first.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. Nate did answer. Let's.
Dr. Pepper made with real sugar. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, a quick Mount Rushmore of our favorite players.
Well, we already know your first one, Melissa, so I think we're good.
Kenny Kaji.
Yeah, there we go. Start it off.
I mean, this is just going to be a redux. All right, Tim James.
All right, Chris Likes.
Is he always actually one of your favorite players?
Yeah, Chris Likes. I love Chris Likes. I love Chris Likes.
I mean, Gonzaga Prep is literally right there. Like, I can see it if I go.
That's my guy,
man.
There.
That's my guy. No, seriously.
That was a serious answer. That was a serious answer.
I honestly.
Hold on. Wait. Melissa, wait a second. I don't think that was the actual answer.
Okay. I'm gonna go.
Oh, was it? It was.
Okay. Start this off with. I'll go. Favorite player. I'll go Shane Larkin first.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Melissa. There's a guy I'm debating if I want to keep him on my list. If you know what I mean.
I wish we would have had more time for this because like narrowing it down is really hard.
Kenny
Kaji's obviously.
We can do a revisit. The Mount Trashmore of Canes players is going to be epic.
No, we're not doing. Oh my god!
It'll be.
I feel like so many of my favorite players are on that 2012.
Matt Cross,
no, I feel like
Chris
Likes. Right. No, I feel like so many of my favorite players are going to be on that 2012 team, just because like it's just I love that team so much.
Doesn't matter. We can revisit this later. We can do it now and do it again.
I mean, I have to say Norchad. I know he hasn't had a great game, but everybody knows I love him.
Yeah, that's a fair answer.
Vish?
Anytime he smiles.
I'm going to go with Zay. He easily could have left. He was by far too good for this basketball program his first 2 years, and he stuck it out, and I appreciate that, man. He could have left easily, gone to any school in the country.
For sure.
I'm going to go with a guy that's a great basketball player, but an even better person. My guy, Davon Reed.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
As I sit here staring at my Shane Larkin bobblehead.
You can do repeats, by the way, so you don't have to avoid.
Yeah, it's not a draft.
Because mine's more of like obviously there's some really great players that have gone.
Could you imagine I had first pick and I took Kenny Kaji?
But like, I'm trying to think of like, because like everyone every year on a team there's always a player that I have like an unhealthy obsession with, whether they're the best player or not. So like last year for me that was Norchad, and then obviously Kenny's probably my favorite player of all time. So I'm just trying to think like who gave me that feeling of that unhealthy obsession, you know? It's a hard choice, man.
I think I already have mine.
If you want to come back around to, I have mine too. So
yeah, come back.
Jack McClendon.
Yep. Okay. There you go.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go with another guy. Great basketball player. Has done well overseas. Even better person. Like I said with the previous. Been on the show. Julian Gamble.
I gotta put Jack on mine for sure. I definitely gotta put Jack on mine.
So we each have one more?
Yeah, I got Kenny, Norchad, and Jack.
I got
who do you got?
Shane, Julian, and wait, who did I miss? Shane, Julian. Oh, Davon.
And Davon.
I said him already.
Yeah, and I have Tim James, Zay, and Jack.
That's my last one.
I will point out that Tim James, in addition to being one of two players with his jersey, actually retired. First round pick of the Heat, played in the NBA for several seasons. Then after 9/11, quit the NBA. He was playing overseas and quit playing basketball professionally. Joined the
Army. You don't have to hype up your pick. We know you love Tim James. It's okay.
I'm just saying, man. Because well, Matt was talking about how his dudes are good dudes, and I don't deny that.
My last pick for. Okay, my last pick is going to be TMJ.
Ah, that's a good pick. I like that pick.
Because he wore number 4 and he was a 3-point shooter. And like that's my guy. So that's Kenny,
interesting but good pick.
Jack, Norchad, and Trey.
So I'm gonna preface this with I'm close to Malcolm Grant, but that was like right. He played like right as I first was getting into.
Are you making an excuse for not picking Malcolm Grant? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
He's your guy.
So I feel like I can't. I know him as Malcolm Grant, the entertainer. More so. So I'm just saying. My next one, I'm between two people that actually played together, and I think I'm gonna go just because of the way he played, the intensity, and like he did all the little things. No, I'm going with Kamari Murphy. I loved his physicality.
Nice. That's a good pick.
Yeah,
that's a really good pick.
He was huge for us on that team. We were so good defensively, and he was a big reason for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was one of my favorite guys to watch. It's not. Right, I know people like watching the scores. I like the guys that aren't afraid of contact. Get physical, play defense, and are locked in for the whole game. Go ahead, Vish. Sorry.
So it was close. I was gonna pick Eddie Rios, but I kind of. It's a joke on me, Melissa and I'll get because we're old.
Manu Lecomte.
Manu. I think Matt might remember.
I know him.
Lecomte.
Yeah, he transferred to Baylor.
He's a little bit later.
Yeah, he transferred to Baylor.
Eddie Rios is a legend. Not in a good way.
He's in jail, isn't he?
James Palmer.
Is he still in jail?
Is it James Palmer? Is that your guy?
He got arrested for grand theft, didn't he?
Eric Wilkins. Yeah, he did, but I don't know if he's still in jail. That was a while back.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Oh, I know who it is, Vish. Earl Timberlake.
Do you ever suit up?
Keith Stone.
Keith Stone, I knew it.
All right, so for real though, I'm going Angel Rodriguez.
There you go.
Yeah,
he was the other one I was thinking of picking.
I was like, I don't know if people remember that year that they went to the Sweet 16, but he was struggling with this shot. People were calling to bench him insanely because he was like the general of that team.
Dog defensively.
And then he got it going towards the ACC tournament, and what he did to still playing in the NBA, Fred VanVleet in the NCAA tournament. If you pull up that stat line that he put up in that game, you would not believe it's real.
Yeah.
And I just love that. Like, he stuck with it because everyone was coming for his ass, and he stuck through it. And, you know, we ran into that Villanova team, which no one was beating. But
oh god,
we've had a couple of like the 2013 team. I don't even care if they had food poisoning or what. They fucking Bobcats sucked. There was no excuse for that.
I remember watching that game at Sports Grill and being so sad.
Like, there was no excuse for that, but like last year's team and like the Angel Rodriguez team, they just ran into a better team. I was like, you're not beating that team. But if they're playing like that, you're not winning. But that Villanova team, the year that the Angel and Sheldon McClellan and I think Jakari was there.
Was that like Josh Hart and like I'm trying to
remember. It was Chris Jenkins.
Yeah, so Josh Hart was like a freshman or a sophomore, right?
Yeah, no, that team was ridiculous, and they were and we actually they were making all these shots in the first because that's just how they were. Yeah. And I remember like at halftime we were down like 5, and I'm like telling my brother like, man, we're right in this game. There's no way they're gonna keep shooting like this. They shot that way all the way through the cutting the nets down in the fucking Final Four. So they were just that good. Like there's that, and same thing with last year's team. I mean, there was. That UConn team was just better. Flatly. There's nothing you can do there. It's just like they were just better than us.
Before we end the pod, should we talk about Matt making prize picks bets against our team?
You know what? Melissa, Matt, you should know this lesson. The group chat is not a safe place.
I don't care. I'm making money.
Shout out to our sponsor.
Well, hold on.
Stop.
We didn't get paid out last month. Okay, so maybe not. But
oh, really? You should have told me. I wouldn't have told people to use the code then. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we should get some. Oh, if you did, we should get some money out of it.
Yeah, I told people to use it.
Offer code 5 FIVE.
FIVE.
Yeah, I had to get a reminder of that.
But also, if you guys want to eat Factor meals, use the code Canes50.
Oh my god, Vish and Jazz's promos on the podcast. Like the
audio. You gotta download the audio version to hear those.
Good lord, they're hilarious.
I mean, I write them, so I hope so.
Okay, I bet on Padula to score over. It was like 16.5.
You like double.
And you're telling me, dude, come on. Hunter Couture was out.
Scored like 30 something.
No one else on their team.
Didn't you also?
Kid is gonna have 30. Come on.
Didn't you also?
Norchad could have not even played, and he wouldn't have had 30.
Didn't you also bet on a combo of Hunter Couture and Norchad though?
Yeah, but Couture was out, so it didn't count.
Oh, they removed it.
Yeah,
and
then also
the guys at Prize Picks.
And then
Mark, that's good customer service.
And then the guy on Duke, what is his name? Because I had the under on him making it. No, Mark Mitchell or something. No, Mark Mitchell, I think his name is. I had him under 0.5, so he wouldn't make a 3, but he didn't play either. So that bet you just get refunded. So
even if that helps you don't get shit out of it.
Yeah, well, because both portions of the bet there was someone injured, right? So it was impossible.
By the way, Bill had Bruce Brown, Shane Larkin.
All right, anything to close it out before I go to bed? I got to work tomorrow.
Cowboys tomorrow at 4:30.
Here we go.
It is.
Maybe I'll do some picks for him so I can cheer on the Cowboys with you guys.
Well, I mean, I'll be at work, but cheer them on for me.
Don't bet against America. It's America's team.
Or maybe I will just to mess with you guys.
Oh boy, you forget who controls these streams.
Oh, I know. You've kicked me out before. I don't care. Go ahead.
You're amazing all the time.
Hold on a second. I never kicked you out. I moved you backstage. You kicked yourself out.
No, you kicked me out.
I've never moved you out of the actual stream.
Bro, you kicked me out.
No. I can put you backstage. I never disconnected you.
Melissa, is that a kick out?
Well, I mean, you kicked us out of the live stream, but you didn't kick us out of the stream altogether.
You kicked us out.
No. I moved you backstage. There's a big difference.
So that's kicking us out of the live.
Kicking us out of the live.
No. Hold on a second. Let me explain the difference. If I were to kick you out, you couldn't get back in. You were gone. I moved you backstage for like 2 seconds.
But no one can see us backstage, so who cares?
See, I just put Matt backstage. I just brought him
That's back. Kicking him out.
He didn't get kicked out of shit. He's still here.
Everyone watching, if there's anyone,
Well,
kick me out
according to the
again.
group chat, the only
what I deal
decision that matters is mine.
Yeah, exactly. So
So-
Melissa, did I get
But
kicked
you know
out?
what? Maybe we're staging.
Yes.
Okay,
Melissa's
so,
talking. Go ahead, Melissa.
If you remove us from the live stream, that's kicking us out because no one else can see us
Exactly.
backstage.
You're wrong.
No,
So
Democracy wins.
Can I actually kick you out? Hold on. Remove from stage.
Oh my god.
removing from the live part of it is kicking us out.
If
No
you
one can
kick me
see
out,
you
I'm not
backstage, so
coming
it doesn't
back.
matter.
I'm
I don't think
back.
I can ban you.
What?
So look, there are levers I can pull here that I have not. Just let me leave it that way. Also, we need a topless Melissa dictatorship. I don't like the way this has turned in the last few days.
So for background, really quickly before we get off the stream, the Vish unpinned our intro on our Twitter page, buckets_canes. Go follow us.
Yeah, why did you do
After
that, Vish?
because he wanted to pin a poll and he asked Matt if it was okay, and Matt said yes. And
Yeah,
I
I
was
didn't give a shit.
asleep or whatever,
Hold
but
on a
nobody
second.
asked me.
This is
Anytime I want to do something on the show or post something, I'm like, hey guys, do you want to do this? And like Vish is like, yeah. And I was like, I still want to ask Matt, even though you agree.
okay. Hold
But
on.
Vish took it upon himself to not ask me.
That
only
is
asked Matt.
that is a
So
load
when I
of
woke
shit.
up, when I woke up and I saw that it was unpinned, I immediately pinned the intro back.
Wait, hold on. That's a load of shit.
What did she say
because-
that was not factual?
Wait, the whole thing because
How is it not factual? That's exactly what happened.
Wait, hold on.
Okay,
You-
let's hear this.
Where did
Vish?
I ask if I can remove the pinned tweet and put the poll instead? What was the place I asked?
You said, could I pin it
Where did this happen?
in the group text?
Okay, so what do you mean I didn't ask you? I didn't ask anyone. I put it
You
through
didn't
our-
wait for my response. I was
You
asleep.
never
It was
gave
like
a
9
response.
o'clock in the morning.
You started texting us well after that without responding. You ignored
Wait,
it.
it was 9 in the morning. It was 6.
I don't even know what
time, and I was awake.
I don't know.
Holy
I was
shit.
no, I don't know what time it was, but
I
I
don't
woke
think
up
your
and saw
timing
it.
holds up either, but
I don't know what the time was, but I woke up and saw it.
no, you woke
Because-
up, chatted with us for a while, then saw
Well, because
it.
I didn't see the stuff above it because there was a whole bunch of stuff. So I
You
woke up and I
ignored-
responded to the last
You
few
ignored
things.
my request. You did
And
not
so
say not
when
to do it or
when
do
I
it.
saw that it was on the Twitter thing, I asked why was this done without me giving a response. You did it without waiting for my response.
You didn't say why was it done without you giving a response. You said who broke the Twitter or whatever the fuck you said. And I said I pinned it after I asked, and Matt said we
And
should
I
do
said
it.
why wasn't my and I like it wasn't okayed by me. So hence, it wasn't.
Hold on a second.
Next time I'm gonna say
That
what
was
did
there.
Melissa
There's
say?
3 of us. If 2 of us say to do something, why do I need to wait for the third vote?
Because I always wait for the third vote.
But this was not something like that where like maybe we should do something, maybe we should. Something
Because
has to be
I
pinned to the Twitter.
because you didn't even want to do the Twitter page.
That's irrelevant information.
That is very relevant.
You're just not counting the DC vote, and that's bullshit.
No,
used to
I'm
this
counting
in
the vote
congressional
that
elections
matters.
and
On the page that I started.
no taxation without representation. No.
If anyone is still on this podcast right now, God bless you.
that was that
Vish, I'm not gonna say what your comment was in the chat, but your comment in the chat about
the turkey fifths.
yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that on air.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said
Don't say that on air.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Look, it's. I don't understand why Melissa wants one thing at the top pinned to our Twitter account. Matt and I decide on another thing why your thing gets to get pinned.
Because we always go by all 3 of us.
Yeah, but when all 3 of us don't agree, why is your opinion overruling Matt and mine?
Because then you don't change it. You leave it. It's like if a play is called on the field and they can't confirm it, it stands as called.
You're just making shit up.
And you have no say in the Twitter page. You didn't want to start it.
That argument,
I started the Twitter page.
You know what? That argument, I'll actually buy. You have a leg to stand on there. Don't give me this. Like,
I started the Twitter page.
Don't
I
give me
worked
this.
very
We went
hard.
to Dean Blandino in the booth.
The
and
only
he's like,
photo
"Ugh."
of the 3 of us that we have together. All right, made the bio. was post from it constantly. And
I will accept the argument that I very explicitly said I'm not touching that Twitter account. Fuck you too. You do it yourselves. Yes, that if you want to use that argument, that I will buy. That I'll buy.
It all comes back to Melissa wins.
Well, don't give me this. We went to Gene Steratore and he was like, "Oh yeah, no, it's just calling the field stance bullshit."
Matt, at the end of the day, who wins?
Sorry,
today. At the end of today, the Dallas Cowboys better win. That's what I'm saying.
Supreme hoodie always wins.
Do you have a Supreme hoodie?
She should.
I do have a follower that comments on my stuff all the time who I'm very appreciative, but we need to discuss his spelling of hoodie.
Was it like the blowfish?
They spell it Houdie.
Houdie. Howdy?
Howdy.
Maybe it's followers from Texas.
Yo, okay, wait. The howdy reminded me. On the broadcast, that guy that played for Virginia Tech, I freaking swear to God, when they first said his name, it's like Bo Teep. I thought it was Bo Peep. I was like, they got Bo Peep from Toy Story on their team? I was like, what the hell's going on? Norchad got blocked by Bo Peep. At least one.
He wasn't the only one. Who took it in there and got packed? I forget who it was.
Probably Casey. I don't know.
No, it was not Casey. It was
Wooga got stuck at one point. Yeah.
Someone took it in there when they had their backup center and just got like completely like destroyed.
Got swatted.
Yeah. How did this come full circle back to the game?
Because we're a hoops podcast.
We really just did a 5-minute rant about who was right.
Yeah, and
I expect that to be its own episode. Who was right?
I keep saying real quick, and it's now 1:18, and I wanted to go to bed at 1. Quick tangent, just to make the football pod mad. Cam Ward to Miami.
Why is that going to make the football pod mad? As the representative of the football pod on the show, we're good with it.
So my question though is he going to be okay being the backup to Puff Daddy?
He's not the backup.
I mean, all right. I probably shouldn't say this on air, but it's 1:18 in the morning, and cheers. You should pour one out for all those people that pretended like Poffenberger was actually going to be the starting quarterback this year, because
it was going to be Jakari.
It was going to be someone else. Because
it was going to be
Jakari. Sorry, guy. It was never going to be that.
I'm all for my man Reese, but Reese, you're going to take
2 hours doing a film breakdown, be like, look at this throw. I'm like, that's not FBS, man. What are we doing? And then all of a sudden it's like, what Poppin' who?
So much happened earlier today because Cam Ward commits and then the game starts and we're like playing miserably, but I'm still trying to celebrate the Cam Ward commitment.
Well, there was a gap in there where we tried to figure out how to watch the game.
Yeah. Well, Cam Ward commits as like the ESPN app isn't working.
Well, whenever they put it on the ESPN app, they always just like put it up there and they don't like pin it anywhere. So you have to scroll through everything.
No, I couldn't even search for it. It didn't show up until like the game was a minute in.
Well, there's two things that go in there, right? One is the search is coolito. The second thing is that when you search through games, if you notice this, they put all the ESPN Plus ones first because that's a separate subscription. They want you to buy it. So you got to scroll past all of that to get to the actual games you want to watch. It's intentional. That's why you got to scroll like several.
But I have ESPN Plus and ACC Network.
It doesn't matter. I'm talking about on the lookup. On the lookup, they move the ESPN Plus game to the front, hoping that you'll like see a game you want to watch and click it and not have subscribed and then have to buy it. So you got to scroll several screens because you'll notice like it's not the SEC or the ACC games in there. It's UTSA playing like, I don't know, North Texas. That's the game that shows up first. You got to scroll past all that shit. So that is the that is intentional. It's the same reason the Dolphins game was on Peacock tonight.
Shout out to Tua for getting me those.
He did
33 and a half.
Yeah, you're the only one who scored off of that performance. He got you as
Vish. I offered Vish my login to Peacock, but he chose his other methods to watch.
Yeah, no, I don't give a shit. I'll say it out loud. I pirated that game. I'm not paying them.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, like, we used to get by with watching every sport you wanted. I see you pointing at BFSU. We'll get to that in a second. But we used to get by. Like, there was at one point we did need more channels to get all our content on there. And ever since then, yeah, follow us at Bucket Canes. You can put your hand
I'm getting really good at this mirror image and pointing. Have you noticed? Like,
anyway, at one point,
I don't even know. Sorry, go ahead.
At one point, we had enough channels where anything anyone would reasonably want to watch would be on a channel. And they kept making new channels. And what they would do is they'd put shit you wouldn't want to watch on the channels you had, and put the thing you do want to watch on the channel you don't have because they just made it up. Then you gotta buy the channel that you don't already have. And they're doing it with streaming services now. You remember like 10 years ago, like, oh, once the streaming is there, you'll be able to a la carte just order what you want and watch it. No, because they're gonna keep after Peacock. There's gonna be Peacock Plus. They're gonna throw some other crap on there you're gonna want to watch. So you know what? Fuck them.
Vish, are you done ranting?
No.
I want to go to bed.
You can go to bed. I'm gonna keep ranting.
No, because then the show will keep going because I'm the only one who closes it out.
I mean, technically, I'm the one who closes out. You're the official cure of the Sox outro. But so Sock gonna end with Peacock. There's gonna be a Peacock Plus. They're gonna put a game on that.
All right, Tony Pollard over under 61.5 rushing yards. What do we think?
Did you just call him Pollard?
I don't know what his fucking name is. I don't even watch
Pollard.
it.
It's Pollard.
Oh my god, did I mispronounce his name? Yeah, Keyshawn. You don't.
Oh my god, I called him Keyshawn on the broadcast tonight.
Hold on a second.
To punch somebody in the face.
We called him Keyshawn too.
Wait.
No, we asked how it was pronounced because we didn't know.
No, we did call him Keyshawn for a while, then we ran it down. But Keyshawn is spelled Keyshawn. Yo, man, Pollard is not uncommon. How do you call him Pollard?
Pollard.
The hell?
I've never seen that last name before.
What?
I'm gonna go over on.
Wait, what was it? What was
Tony?
What
61.5 rush yards.
Well, yeah, for sure over, especially when we're up big in the second half and just running the clock out.
Unless they give all the carries to Dowdle, which killed my
the
fantasy
Packers.
season.
All right, I'm doing a Dallas bet. You're welcome.
Am I welcome or am I going to blame you?
Everybody head over to prizepicks.com, enter the offer code 5 FIVE, and Prize Picks and 5 Reasons Sports will match up to your first $100 in bets. Pick the over/under on 2 to 5 players. Get them all right. You win money like Matt's doing right now by picking Tony Pollard to go over 61.5 yards.
Pollard.
I feel like there's been a lot of famous players named Pollard.
That's FIVE 5.
The offer code is the number 5 spelled out FIVE. Also, if you're looking for some rum, go steeltiespirits.com, get black core rum. 3 types of rum: spice rum, the award-winning white rum, and the smooth black rum. The black rum is crack, by the way. Be careful with that shit because you'll get drunk and not even realize it. And then if you want some food and you're using Factor Meals, go to factormeals.com, enter the offer code Canes50. That's the word Canes and the number 5050 for a discount on that. And I think we hit all our sponsors, and I think it's time, Melissa.
Women play Notre Dame tomorrow.
Oh, that's true.
Men play
in
FSU.
South Bend. In South Bend, I told them to come home, and they smiled at it. So
yeah,
it's snowing over there. It's
play
miserable.
FSU at home Wednesday. Women play NC State at home Thursday. Go Canes.
We'll have bucket slide coverage at the arena.
Let's go. Cue the Sox outro. Don't cry. Keep it chill. Wear good socks.